Salama. This is a quick message. A lot of people worrying about Social Security benefits, SSDI, SSI. The thing is, they can shut down a lot of these offices. And the reason why they shut them down, because a lot of them old people that have been there for a minute that know the whole process is leaving. The reason why these people are leaving is because the American dollar is really, the whole system is really collapsed on the real. So that's why they're trying to give the retirees and anybody else on SSI, because they're not working, they trying to give us money. That's what they're really trying to do, is give out money to make it look like the system is still in control. Really, I believe the system already collapsed. Okay, anytime they start giving out money, that's normally what it is. And they doing that so people can continue to go to work, continue to look for jobs, and continue to keep up with their system. But the system really collapsed. That's why they didn't pull Elon Musk. That's really why Elon Musk is on the team. Okay? To make it look like, okay, we got this billionaire here and here helping us, doing this and that. They going everywhere, stopping these schemes and scams, which I believe they is doing it to a certain degree, because there was a lot of fraud out there. But remember, they all on the same team. They all actors or whatever. They all actors. Trump, all of them. Everybody, even when he was on there with that president from the other country, he was, all of these people's actors. They all been on TV before, in some way, somehow, reality show or something. They been on TV. But anyway, when it's gonna collapse, I don't know. But the thing is, we trying to get our money that they didn't already use through the stocks and everything from working. Because banks, or none of them have any money to give anybody. So what they doing is, any money we make, they taking it and using it as an investment on the stock market, on Wall Street or whatever. So none of them got no money. All these systems are fraudulent systems, all the way down to the SSI, the Social Security office. You can look at the manual of the Social Security office. You don't need a Social Security card to work or none of that. And the reason why a lot of people ask for it and give it, because nobody know the Social Security law. But Social Security has a manual that you can read. As a matter of fact, I can post it on here. You can go on YouTube, not YouTube, but on Google and pull it up. But a lot of people worried about how their future gonna look as far as Social Security. Thing is, like I said, it don't matter if it's Social Security, RA, 401k, which you can always put your money in those if you're worried about Social Security. Because eventually, if you're not going to be paying any employee taxes, then you're going to have to do something anyway. You got to, because you're going to get all your money, most of your money, which you should be getting anyway. Shouldn't even be using your money that you work for to buy anything, pay bills, or none of that. See, a lot of people don't know the law, so you just ain't going to know what to do if you don't know the law. Guess I don't know my remote control that. Okay.
Like Empire.
You have to watch something. All right. So again, ain't no need of freaking out. Well, I guess it is, you gonna freak out, but Social Security benefit, it won't be affected until probably 2030, middle 20, before 2040, something like that. Or if you do something about it, like I said, when they stop collecting taxes from your labor, you'll be able to save money or create your own insurance just by saving money. You could pay for your own insurance, which would be less stressful. To me, you could save your own money, but most people can't save money. That's why they got Social Security, where they have the company take it out. Again, which is all illegal. They just got a system where, you know what I mean, saying they saving your money for you. That's pretty much all they doing. You can save your own money. You can opt out of having a Social Security card. So, and the manual gonna tell you everything, as far as banking, everything, how the stuff work. But nobody ever read that. Nobody ever read the Social Security manual. So some people don't even know it exists. But that's what Social Security is basically for. It's because they done took money out your check from working. The company saying they paying into it. All this stuff is coming out of your sophisticated trust. See, the Social Security office ain't going to tell you that you have an on and off ledger with the Social Security office. All they going to tell you about is the on as far as you working. That's it. But you need an off ledger. That's the money they done took from your Social Security and put it in a stock. Because right now, if you look onto on your any credit report, and you're gonna see your true debt is gonna be $999,099,098. That's what your true debt is, because you got over what is it? Is it 100 billion? I think it's 100 billion or $1 trillion. It's $2 from being $1 trillion debt. So that's what they got, $1 billion debt. So that's really how much you work. That's why they say you in debt that much, because they took $2, kept $2 for you won't be $1 trillion debt. So right now you $2. I mean $1 billion in debt. So you $2 from being $1 billion in debt. But really, you have $1 billion on market. Some people got less. It all depends. Mine, I'm like from $1 billion. So I'm $2 from being $1 billion in debt. But that don't mean I'm in debt. That's just what it say. That means I'm $2 from being a billionaire. Well, it's really a multi-billionaire. That's just one account. So you got to look on all of them. You know what I mean? So it's weird, but if you don't understand it, then you're not going to know it. And all this stuff is public record. Nobody just never took the time to look at it because we never knew about it. But if you go in there and look at it, you'll see that it's all a scam. So when they running around Elon Musk and Trump saying they taking money from here, from other countries, they need to do that. They need to go get everything back and stop them from getting money, because it's not only putting them more in debt, but it's wiping out the dollar for them, because they system closed. So I just think they really going through the motion to make it look like they really doing something so we could keep working. I'm not working, but so everybody could keep working. But if everybody get their little money up, when they get the money, start their own thing, you shut the whole system down. Everybody stop working, you shut the whole system down. That's what they don't want. They don't want you to know that you have the power to do that. And if you do that, they can't keeping up the narrative. They can't do it. So that's why they throw out the fear factor, putting everybody in fear. Social Security offices closing, this and that's because them people's getting up out of there. Them people already see what's going on. They say they find people from IRS. Them people might be just leaving. They might just be leaving because they already know the money system is gone. The dollar is turned upside down, really. There's no money, so it might be a day you might not get no check or nothing. You know what I mean? So the thing is, we trying to get our money from them before everything shut down, because somebody got to be in place so we can get the money. So Trump is in place. They got to give us an opportunity to get the money, okay? So this is an opportunity for us to get the money while Trump in. Nobody know that because they worrying about what Trump, Elon Musk doing. Don't worry about what they doing. Do what you're supposed to do. But if you don't know what you're supposed to do, then yeah, you're going to be worried about it and focus on it. I can comment on it because I understand it. And not only that, because I know what to do. I have been doing this for years. The only thing, they never allowed it through. But now, everything has to come through. So either between 2025, 2026, you should be getting the money. I'm trying to get the money for my whole family, even the one that's my whole ancestor. And I believe they chose me to receive it. You know what I mean? I can't say I'm the only one, but I'm probably the only one in my family that understand what's really, really going on, okay? So I already know that my ancestors chose me to get this money. You know what I mean? It's something they had been waiting for, fighting for it, and move this and that. So they never probably talked about it. Some probably never knew what was what, but they knew we was owed something. You know, they knew we was owed something. So I don't know how far back the ancestors go and tell, how they go and rounding this up, but it's this stuff that's been dropped in my spirit saying that, and I ain't gonna tell y'all why, because everybody think I think I'm better than everybody, but I don't think I'm better than everybody. The thing is, our ancestor must have thought that. Okay, I don't think that. I never thought that in my life. I never thought that. And I never try to compete with nobody. I don't care if family members, nobody. If we went there on the basketball court or something, I'm not going to compete with you. Or in the car games, I'm not competing with nobody. I never did that in my life. I never had to compete with nobody. Okay? So it ain't that I think I'm better than nobody. Our ancestor must have thought that. Okay? Somebody must have thought that. Somebody must have saw something in me as a kid or something, and they chose me, and I had to be willing to take the assignment, and I did, and I didn't know what I was taking. All I knew is that they was directing me to do this, do that, study this, study that. And I'm studying stuff I didn't even know why I was studying, but now I understand why I was studying. Okay? So the only thing is them open the door. Once that door open, hey, ain't no stopping. See, the money that's supposed to be coming to us, you can't put it in a regular bank. Okay? You can't even put it in the bank here. So you got to put it in trust account. I don't believe, other than what they give you, like saying when somebody died or something, you put your stuff in trust account. But the trust account I'm talking about is revocable, irrevocable trust account. You can set them up online at IRS, or you can set it up on the Treasury Direct account. So y'all don't even know nothing about these accounts. So how to get the money when you get the money, when it's supposed to come. So if you don't know how to get the money, so somebody gonna always be over the money. So that's why I think they allow me to study on how to get the money. I didn't even know why I was studying on this stuff, because it's so hard and frustrated, because there's so many loopholes. But I'm studying it, trying to get it. When it wasn't time, I was just supposed to be studying, but I'm trying to tap into it and get it, But it's not really something you can get. Because they're not going to give you all that money back in paper. It's going to be a digital thing. So, and that's why they're saying gold is missing, this is missing. But people don't understand, not just that you're supposed to be able to get your family land back. See, people don't know that the Pope, which I think he already died, they even talking about he health issues. Yeah. That man told them back in 2020, 2021, or 27, I'm getting something messed up with 2017. I think it was 2021 when he told them to give us our land back, because we aboriginal too here. Everybody gonna be held accountable for keeping the narrative long and not, closing this up. But who gonna close up a $1 trillion enterprise? They're not gonna just shut it down like just because somebody said so, or because it's time to say so. They gonna fight to the end, which is what they're doing. They fighting to the end. But in the process of them fighting to the end, they still have to put it out there and let us know you got access to this. But if you don't know what you got access to, hey, you're going to be still on trying to fight and vote Republican or Democrat. So this has always been a republic. And republic mean we free. We private citizen. So we free. We free from any laws. We free from everything. See, they didn't came in and made this U.S. corporation. So we've been operating under the dead man, straw man. As a corporation, all of us is like a business entity. And so we're not supposed to be prosecuted. You can't prosecute unless you go into court, one company to another company. So when we go into court, we dead. So the stuff is so deep, I'm not even going to go back into it. But the only thing I want to just say, because everybody's scared they're going to lose their Social Security or whatever, you could eventually, but right now you're not. That's why they doubling up. They trying to double up. They giving people double up. That's on SSI and Ssdi. They're not trying to take it right now. They trying to double up. But if we lose anything, it's because the system shut down and they had no more room to play. Like everything is okay. So eventually, like I said, probably, 2024? Another 10 years, it could be, because the game they keep playing. Then you got people that's dead. They see how they shut down all these people, man, that stood against Social Security, that's probably dead, that's been dead. The oldest person was 360 years old getting Social Security. I know people collecting Social Security for people that's been dead for years. So you just imagine, multiple cases like that. And Trump now was on TV talking about it. So that's what it is. It's too many people that's dead that's collecting Social Security, and when they collect Social Security, it affects everybody else's money that's on Social Security or waiting to get on Social Security. The same way, if somebody go missing, they can't, and they was on Social Security, they can't claim that, close that out until, they get a death date or something. So that's in a limbo. And even though they're not getting the money had to still be set aside just in case that person show up, which they can close it out if the Congress give them permission to close it out. But why would he want to give them permission when they can come back at it every so often and say, okay, let's raise taxes on Social Security. Okay, let's go on and push the years, the what they call it, GRF or whatever, FRA. They're going to push the time for your age retirement back. Right now, I think it's 65. They want to take it up to, somebody was talking about 70. Somebody was talking about 69, take it up 2 years. Somebody said 3 years. So I don't know which one. But that's what Trump was saying. He ain't going to take it up a day. He wasn't going to cut it. But he said that before he got in office and got back in and said the same thing. So right now, I don't see anything that changed. As far as him cutting it, the only thing he cutting is another check for a double up. And everybody ain't going to get the same amount based on how much time you put in the workforce. And if you just get Social Security, you get, I think, a 50% or 90%. If you got a retiree, you're getting 50%. But that's because your benefit is more. So you probably going to start getting $5,000, close to $5,000 a month, certain retirees. But everybody going to be different based on the work they put in. If you ain't never worked, you're probably just getting SSI. It might be Ssdi, but it's the lowest rate, So that's all I had to say, because I just saw multiple complaints about that. They shutting down the Social Security. But if they shut down Social Security, then there won't be no more need for them to take money out your check, which is a good thing. Because now you can save your own money. Because once you save the money, the only thing is, they still going to tax you when you get the money. Whether it's an SSI, that's why Trump trying to take the taxes off for that. Whether it's SSI, 401k, Wall Street, RA, so RI, so you're going to get taxed. So they double taxing you anyway, no matter how you saving your money. So why not take the money? You got to come up with a stronger plan and pocket the money, because most of your money going in your pocket now. It'll be going in your pocket. Once he cut the taxes off from the work, being taxed on your job, because you ain't never supposed to be taxed on your job anyway, on your labor. You weren't never doing that. See, the company that's got you working is supposed to be taxed. But instead, all the workers doing, the employer doing, is they taking money out your sophisticated trust, and they taking that money and they saying, okay, we gonna take out what she can get paid $30 an hour on this job, and whatever else benefit they give you. So job really getting more to benefit because he using your sophisticated trust to create bonds. Okay, he creating bonds, and he allowed them to create bonds where they can go and get credit and link, everything off of it. So you actually coming in as the creditor, they the creditor and you the debtor, but whether you get a loan, go to work, whatever, they making you the debtor. So you got to either pay that loan or you got to go to work, in order to get a check. But all the time, you the creditor. Everything coming out of your account, we the creditor. So it's our money. Banks and stuff don't have no money to lend nobody. If they do, they won't need to be a bank. They ain't never had no money. If you go deposit some money in a bank, they taking that money, getting it securitized, and then what they go do is they go take it and loan it to somebody else with interest. But you're not getting a dime of that. You just got your money sitting in there deposited, direct deposit. That's why they got you direct deposit, because you missed out on being able to say, let me get my shit securitized, But it's all a scam. Everything is scam. That's why you got to create our own money. That's why we got to create our own everything. If we don't, we're going to continue to be what you call it slavery. You're going to still be in the public. You're not operating in the private. So, and that's what we trying to do, operate in the private. That's what we need to be, operating in the private. But right now, we operating in the public. We operating in the public. So whatever they say go, it go. You don't have to get a job with an SSI. If everybody creating jobs on their own, you don't need, you really ain't required. And if somebody asks for it and deny, you can always sue them. But like I said, nobody never knew this stuff. But if y'all go get the manual of the Social Security, matter of fact, I'm going to put it up and tag it on here. But just start reading this stuff. It's just telling you the benefits, why you own SSI, So whatever shut down, if he cut it off, they cut it off. If you still working, you still working. But now your money won't be taken and going over there. Yeah, you might lose money that you not already put in there. But if y'all know how that really works, because the money you put in Social Security retirement fund is already gone. That's it, been gone. So they didn't calculate that been gone. Now what they doing is they using babies, to fund when a baby is born. They using they Social Security trust, sophisticated trust, to fund the benefits for right now, along with your little money that been paid off. So it's crazy. So when that baby that was just born, whether he gonna have Social Security benefits or not, when he retired, it's gonna be something totally different. That's why it's good to teach a kid. Now, don't rely on just getting a job and putting money, cause you work in Social Security. I'd rather have my child not work. Work and not use Social Security card, because it's less stressful. If I go to work and I'm able to get all my money up front, you just got discipline and save your money. Y'all going out here buying other shit that ain't even necessary, So, but it ain't gonna say it's necessary, but it ain't gonna really make you no money. Just say it like that. It ain't. We all did that. So I ain't putting no finger at nobody, because I didn't did that, because I didn't understand at the time. But I overstand and understand now. So just try to be a little mindful. So sometimes stuff fails, sometimes you go back. But you're going to bounce back. When you're a creator, you can create it again. When you lose it, create it again. But hopefully when your kids grow up, they'll all be able to understand this, because they on YouTube. They teaching them a lot, these kids now. They learning more on YouTube than they learning in school. So, and that's another thing. Trump been provided $10,000 per kid to get your kids out of public school. Get them kids out of public school. Them public schools ain't teaching them kids nothing. If you get $10,000 per kid, you can put your kid in private school, charter school, and them school is less than $10,000. Well, the ones I looked at for my nieces and nephews, they ain't even $6,000. So you could take that rest of that money and use it and do vacation and use it as a part of their summer school schooling. So you just got to be creative with the money. Don't just go and splurge and do all this other goofy stuff, because remember, your kids got to grow up too. They got to have a plan too. And they plan going to be based off of the plan you showing them. Just going to work, doing da-da-da. The kids ain't learning no real tech savvy or business strategies. And that's what you really want to teach your kids, the business strategy. Everybody ain't going to NBA and everybody ain't going to NFL or whatever, going to be a rapper or a good singer. And when they are, you can see already what's happened to the peoples in Hollywood. So, try to steer them to something that's going to help the whole community, not just them. Because overall, that's what it's all about. We helping the community, helping one another, not just letting people just continue to, scramble in the dark and try to figure their own way out. And that's where a lot of people go wrong, because you focus on me and mine, and when you do that, it gonna help you and sustain you. But when you and yours can't come up with some shit, you call looking for somebody else, to help you. And we just got to think globally now, or like far as a community, because it's going to get rough in the process. Things are going to get rough for some people, for a lot of people. But when you're used to rough, you know what I mean? You already been prepared for whatever may happen. Like if the dollar collapse, are you prepared? But the thing is not to put the fear in nobody. It's just to get your mind rolling and be creative. Be creative of what you and your family could do, because you might not be able to run to the bank and get no money. And if you is, would you be able to use them bills? Would they be any good? So the thing is not to wait on them, to lead you and tell you what the next step is create your own next step. That's it. And sometimes we get in a spot where we done created our next step, but sometimes we get stumbling blocks or obstacles in the way to where we have to jump over hurdles and just to get over it, Sometimes that happens, So just stick together. Educate yourself on what's really going on. Don't just listen to the news or the media, because they going to give you the narrative they want you to have. So don't just listen to it, because they gonna put that fear in you. That's their job, to let you know, to show you that things is more than what it really is. So, okay, that's my message. That's all. Ashe.